I got to tell you, the snow got a late start this year, but boy, it's coming on with a vengeance. We got probably a good 4 to 6 inches here last night here in Ohio. I got all snow off the hood. Got my handy dandy ice scraper snow removal I bought at Menards. If you haven't seen that, go back and check out my Menards video, shopping at Menards, saving truckers money. But yeah, we finna get after it. We're empty. Got about 56 miles to go pick up. I just hope this little town I'm going to has the snow clear, because the freeway is looking pretty mediocre. We're looking at the freeway right now. You know, you see how many cars are out here on this freeway right now. But we finna be one of them. We finna be one of them. It looks like they're moving okay out there. So I don't know. Probably wait till one of these other truckers go to pull out, and I'll get in behind them. That way, you know, at least we're riding together for nothing else, you know. Check back in with you later. Hey, how's it going out there, everybody? Hope everybody's having a great day. It's weekly recap time. For you guys that don't know, we do this every week. Some weeks I forget it. Some weeks I'm a little behind on it, but we try to put it out every week. 7 days of revenue. So if you're into that, maybe think about subscribing to the channel. Give me the like button if you make it to the end and you like what you see. Thanks for coming by, everybody. So let's break it down for everybody real quick. I'm leased to an 80-20 split carrier. We split everything 80-20. I pull their trailer. It's kind of the rules. It's kind of the way we break it down. I pull a reefer trailer, so this is reefer freight we're talking here. And that's the basics of it. Let's get down to it. So did 3 loads this week. Usually when it's 3 loads, it's really good. And so this was really good. So I did a load from Minnesota. You know, I like to grab those Friday weekend loads that got about 1,000 to 1,500 miles on them, going somewhere that pays something. And we accomplished that goal on that. This is for the week of 2/5 on a Friday, 2/5 to 2/12. We did 7 days worth of work here, so just to break that down for you. So picked it up on a Friday, delivered it on, I believe that was Monday. Yeah, Monday. Picked that up on Friday, delivered it on Monday over to Pittston, PA. We picked up in Minnesota all the way out to Pittston, PA. 100-mile deadhead on that, maybe a little less. I overed it just to 100, just to make it a round number. 1179 on the loaded miles on that, 1,279 miles on that load. 40,000 pound protect from freeze load, what we had there. All right, come down. I wasn't finding any loads out of that Pittston area that were paying all that good back to Minnesota. Another thing, if you're new here, I like to go from Minnesota out and back. That's my strategy. I don't need to run all over the country to make a living. I go out, I come back. I see my family, I grab another load, I go out, I come back. This is how I do it. You know, results may vary. You do it how you want to, but that's how I do it. That way I get home a lot. So the loads in Pennsylvania were paying basically the same as the loads in Ohio. So I said, why not just run empty from Pittston all the way back to Ohio and get a load that's paying the same or maybe $100 less? I'm not a big fan of pulling heavy loads through Pennsylvania on 80 or anywhere in Pennsylvania. A lot of mountains in Pennsylvania. I'm not going to haul you freight for, you know, what I can go to Ohio and pull freight for. It's a strategy I use a lot. I'm not afraid of deadhead here. I'm not one of those guys that says I wasn't deadhead, and I'm not one of those people that say I won't pull freight for less than a certain dollar amount, because you know, if you say I don't pull freight for under $17 a mile, there's going to be a lot of times where the freight market's going to make a fool of you. So I don't say anything like that, because it's just, you pull the freight you can pull. You know, I'm in business to pull freight. Sometimes it's not desirable. Sometimes it's not paying very well. But you know, that's what I do. I haul freight. Get mad at me if you want to. I don't care. Do whatever you want to. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not here to make friends. That's why I think my numbers are very legit. I'm not here to impress you. I'm not here to make friends with these numbers. If you made more than me last week, bravo. I'm happy for you, because drivers work hard. If you can make a lot of money, make a lot of money. Sure as heck don't drive no truck for free. That's what I go around saying. Acknowledge your value. It's a great saying. I've coined it. Probably put it on some t-shirts. Why not, right? So, come all the way back to Ohio to pick up a load going back to Minnesota. Like I said, I was finding this load paid $1,800. I was finding loads in like Pittsburgh, in that area, all the way out to like Scranton, paying $2,000 all the way back, $1,900 all the way back. I said, we will deadhead and get better fuel economy back to Ohio. We will pick up that load. We will make it happen. So that's what we did. All the way back to Ohio. Picked up that load going back to Minneapolis. 404 deadhead miles on that one, come on. 859 loaded miles. Let's see, we're talking 1263 total miles on that one. So do what you got to do. It was 33 degrees and it was about 35,000 pounds. Dealt with some snow on that one. But do what you got to do, I guess. It's wintertime, right? Newsflash, it's winter. So then I was cruising back into Minnesota. I was like, all right, man, like, I've already put like $6,300 to revenue this week. And I know some people, they don't like when I say how much money I made because I'm on an 80-20 split. They think I should only be talking about the 80%. But I don't say it's money I made. It's revenue I generated. And if I wasn't out here doing it, it wouldn't have got generated. So that's why I say it like that. That's why I do it like that. So I had $6,300 generated. Probably had a pretty good week going there. Left out on a Friday, was back on a Thursday, Wednesday. Yeah, I was back on a Wednesday, unloaded Wednesday morning. I said, shoot, $6,300 from Friday to Wednesday. Let's take a day off, So I kicked back. I was laying back in my hammock. And then these two gentlemen with matching suits propositioned me. And I said, I haven't done that since the 80s. And then I realized I was having a Smokey and the Bandit fantasy. And none of that really, happened. But I did get a call on a load. And the guy was kind of in a little bit of a bind. I guess somebody had not showed up when they were supposed to show up. So gave me the rundown. Said, here's the deal. I need this load picked up ASAP, Rocky. And it's already Wednesday. Wednesday. And he said, all right, well, like, what is it? Where's it going? It says, okay, it's got to be picked up like right now. And it's got to go to Maryland, from Minnesota to Maryland, and it's got to be there. Friday morning, guy, and this is Wednesday afternoon. 35 hours from the time of the pickup to the time of the delivery, and that ain't counting the getting loaded time and the blah 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 time. 35 hours, a true Smokey and the Bandit run. Love these things. Matter of fact, we're going back. We're getting that same load. Probably not going to be on such a time crunch because, and see, here's where you build your reputation. You knock that out. As soon as I delivered that, I call him, hey, I'm done. Boom, pay me. What does he say? He says, hey, would you like another one of those? And I said, you know what? I don't mind if I do because I love making $4,000 in 2 days. So we're going to do another one of those this coming week. We'll see how all that shakes out. But yeah, made it on time. It was tight, but made it happen. I don't think it's going to be as much time crunch. Like I said, next time I think it's going to be like normal. I pick it up. Because see, I picked that up on Wednesday. This one picks up on Tuesday. So that's reasonable. Like there's an extra day in there, One thing I did not like about doing a time crunch load like that was the tolls. I didn't have the time to go around the tolls because to make that load work, I had to go the shortest route possible, and I couldn't go around the tolls and get caught up in all these little towns with all their little red lights. I had to be on the pay-to-play big roads, and that's what I had to do. So tolls got after me on that one. And that was -10, 42,000 pounds. Got with it. So there you go. There's the breakdown on the 3 loads this week. My Smokey and the Bandit fantasy, it's all in there for you. So let's talk numbers. Let's get to El Numero Unos. I think that's how you say that in Latin. But $10,300 total revenue for the week. Amen. Love those weeks. I love when we go 5 digits. So 10,300 to the carrier. Total revenue generated means $8,240 to the truck on that 80-20 split. Come on. 3,681 miles. My God, that was a lot of miles this week. I do not want to do that every week. That is not me every week. Sometimes I like these though. You know, if you could throw me like a 3,500 to 4,000 mile week, and I can make 10 grand. I take about one of those a quarter. You know, maybe every other month. But it's a rough week. You know, it wears on you. So you know, it kind of cut into the performance of this week, because now I'm wanting to drag, you know, my butt on the load I got now. You know, and then I got to get back to and get that load and go back to Maryland. So, good week though. Good week overall. But 3,681 total miles, 534 deadhead miles. I did not do the math on that. Normally I give you the percentage. I have dropped the ball. I'm gonna just ballpark that and say that's probably 20%. I don't know that for sure, but it's probably close to 20% deadhead. That's a lot of deadhead on the week. Maybe a little less than 20, maybe like 17%. It's high. I like to stay like 10 and under. I'm not afraid of it when it happens though, because it really all came off of that one load. And like I said, I explained the strategy there for you. So I'm not afraid of it. And 3,147 loaded miles, 3,147. My light's going crazy here. Let me just shut that off. I don't know what's up my LED light. I don't know. Can't have nothing. But so $2. That works out to $2.80 for all miles. Even $2.80 a mile for that 500 mile or 400 mile deadhead. That is sweet when you're getting paid, you know, like that. So that's $2.24 to the truck. All miles $2.24 to the truck. Man, that is an awesome rate for as many miles as I put in to stay in the money like that. Now, one thing when you do, typically when I have a good week like this with 3 loads, I'm starting my next week on a back haul. So, you know, you got to figure that in. But let's see, what else? $3.27 a mile, loaded miles. So if you think of just like the freight market and what's going on, we're at $3.27. Now let's go over some expenses. Now the way I break down my expenses for the new guys is I don't go over fixed costs. So you need to put your truck payment, your insurances, you know, maintenance fund, whatever, however you do all that, you need to put that in there. I just go over variable costs to kind of give it a thing, you know, for people to compare their business to, or maybe, you know, you can make you a rough budget with this if you're thinking about getting into trucking. That's what this is for. That's why I do this. I just want to help the guys that aren't, and I just want to help the guys that aren't like comfortable with the numbers. Like maybe you've been a company driver and you're trying to learn the numbers. That's why I do this. I'm not trying to show off. I mean, I have bad weeks. I put them out there. It's all out there. Good weeks, bad weeks. I just want to give you like an idea of what goes on in trucking. So I'm definitely not trying to brag. I'm just trying to help people out with the numbers. And also, I will tell you this, you know, don't let the country accent fool you. I'm not that dumb when it comes to business. I've refined a lot of what I do. You know, check out the mud flap out down there. You know, I search a lot of different things on how to get cheaper fuel. Fuel prices are going up right now. We're feeling the squeeze from that. You know, I know lanes to run. I know places to stay, you know, like, so you might have to learn some of that stuff over time if you don't have a mentor or someone, you know, that's helping you with that. I just want to put all that out there to make it very clear for everybody about the numbers. So let's get down to it. I spent $1,250 on diesel this week. $1,250. That is a lot on diesel, but I ran a lot of miles. I'm getting horrible fuel mileage, man. I'm probably like around 7.2. I'm in that ballpark right now. You know, you got idle time. When you crank your truck up in the morning, you got to idle it and let it warm up some, or I do. I don't like to run on cold oil. So I let my engine warm up. I got the idle time on that. You know, you just got more idle time. You don't get as good of fuel mileage on winter blend fuel. That factors in. I ran a lot of mountains this week. That factored in. You know, basically Pennsylvania. I started Minnesota to Pennsylvania, back to Minnesota, back to Maryland. So a lot of mountains in there. So anyway, $12.50 on diesel, $55 on reefer, $27 on DEF. So when you get less fuel mileage, you use more DEF. That's just how it works. $25 on 2 cat scales. I scaled that first load and the last load. I did not scale the 35,000 pound load from Ohio to Minnesota. So 25 on scales. $284 on tolls. I went around as many tolls as I could afford to time-wise. But yeah, that's a heck of a chunk of change right there. $284 on tolls. Total variable cost, $1,641. You bring over the $82.40 to the truck, and you subtract the $1,641 variable cost, and we're looking at $6,599 for me to do what I have to do with. And that's a pretty damn good week. I gotta say, that's a pretty damn good week. I recommend, if you're going to get into trucking, if you're thinking about it, build yourself an efficient operation. Get yourself a truck that runs good. Get you a truck that gets good fuel mileage. Fuel is going up every time I go to buy fuel. Normally, I see fuel go up a little bit, go down a little bit. Go up a little bit, maybe a little more than it was, then come down. It's on a steady, straight up rocket ship trajectory these days. Basically, since about, I don't know, Thanksgiving, it's just been up and away. Every time I go to buy fuel, it is more than it was last time at that fuel stop. We're in that scenario. So build yourself a fuel efficient operation, number one, because that saves you the most money. You know, and just do the research. Do the research. Find good trucking channels that put out good information. You know, not we don't need to know, or I don't need to know about drama. I don't need to know about none of that. I don't want to argue with no one. I'm a grown-ass man. I got grown-ass man problems, and I'm trying to handle them, and that's life, you know. I got adult issues, and I'm trying to figure them out, you know. And that's not why I got a Huggies box back here. It has nothing to do with my adult issues. But anyway, guys, I appreciate everybody coming in, watching this long video I've put out. I do appreciate it. Everybody coming in every week. Give me that thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Think about it at least. And check out the description below for the mud flap link and all that fun stuff. And until later, take care of each other. Bye. There he goes. The majestic 5-mile-an-hour crawl to the fuel island. Oh, watch him go. He'll get there eventually one day. I'm rooting for him.